A rainy day in Dumagetti. Yeah, I haven't put up a video for a while. Last week, well, actually, it was covering almost 2 weeks. We had a super typhoon. It came in. Thank God, zero deaths, from what I understand. As far as the Philippines, very minimal. I think it was only like 18, 18, $20,000 worth of damage, so it barely brushed the tip of one island or something. But unlike the hurricanes, I guess they call them typhoons in the Pacific. Unlike the hurricanes I'm used to in the United States, I mean, they'll slow down a little bit occasionally, especially if they're in the Gulf. But generally, they keep moving at a pretty good clip. And when they touch land, they'll speed up, and counterclockwise, they'll move off. But here, what happened was with this Betty is one name, and the Asian name, I guess, was Mahwar or Mawar. Anyway, this thing moved in. The tracking was north of the Philippines, and it followed the tracking. But it sat there. It must have sat there for a good 5, 6 days. It just didn't go anywhere. It just sat there and spun. There were power outages and this and that. There are some islands that were in the path or underneath it, but again, no deaths. So that was a wonderful thing. Last week, all there was a big worry among the expats over here. There was and still is apparently, there's a bill before Congress in the Philippines on immigration. And the rumors were going around that when you come over here, you're allowed to stay. You have to renew your registration or renew your visas. I've gone over that before. You get 30 days immediately when you come here. You're allowed to renew for 30 days initially. Then you can renew for 2 months and then up to 6 months. But at the end of 36 months, you have to leave the country for a period of time. It could be 24 hours, whatever it is, before you can come back in and start all over again. But the rumor was that they were going to be changing that. The immigration laws that they've been going under for the last, well, it's been since like 1940. They've made no major changes since 1940. So the worry was that they were thinking about changing it so that you would have to, the rumor was you would have to leave the Philippines like every 3 months and then come back. But it turns out that's not the case. There's a channel over here. She's pretty professional. It's called the Filipino with an F, Filipino PEA. So I got the straight stuff on that. There were no changes as far as the 36. It's not even in the bill. But the two changes that do matter to expats here. One, when I came over to get my SRRV visa, I got my initial 30 days, but I had to renew another 30 days, and I had to pay for that 30 days while I'm waiting for my SRRV. Under the new bill, there's an item in there that would change that so that not only do you get 29 days, but they're increasing it, or they're considering in this item, they're increasing it to 59 days. So I would have not had to re-up. I wouldn't have had to pay more money for my initial free visa here. So that's one good change. Then for the people who are planning on coming here, this is important for you guys. One other item that they're looking at is when you're applying for a visa before you come here, they're looking at being able to apply for a 3-month visa before you come here. So you'd already be set for a solid 3 months. So as I say, I mean, you can Filipina P with an F. You can check her videos. It's within the last week or whatever that she came out with that video, so you can check on that. 2 weeks ago, my rent was due, and I've talked about this in other videos about setting up my banking. I mean, I have backups. I have my debit card. So even though I wasn't able to establish with my SRRV bank, turns out that the Bank of Commerce is just that. They have business accounts mainly. So I kind of rested on, I didn't run out and do the things I needed to early enough. So it got to be down to my rent day was coming, but I had my debit card. I didn't think too much of it. I have another bank account with some savings in it. So, I mean, I had backup upon backup. But I went down and whoops, my debit card wouldn't work. And 2 of the 3 machines that were available at the mall. So, I mean, obviously, I wasn't panicked, but I was feeling a little anxious. So that night I called my bank, only to find out, no, my card's fine. So, I mean, I've mentioned before, I've seen 100 videos before I came over here, and banking was, getting your money was one of the issues that came up in a lot of the videos, and I searched in a lot of the videos. And it's possible that here in the Philippines, you'll go to an ATM and it simply is out of money. It just doesn't have the money in there. So that was one possibility. The other possibility is that some banks, their ATMs will not take foreign debit cards. So that was a possibility. Anyway, I called my bank, feeling a little anxious that night. Found out that no, there was nothing wrong. It should have worked. So the next day I went back and tried my card again at one of the machines. BDO is the bank. It was outside the bank. I tried one of the machines. It still didn't work. So I found there was another bank. It's kind of outside along one of the walls of it's a Robinson's bank. That's the name of the mall, Robinson's Mall. So Robinson's has their own bank, and I tried their ATM, and it was the same thing. It still didn't work. Now I'm getting more anxiety. What's going on? So I went home and did some shopping. I went home and I thought, well, I'll try one more time. Thank God where I'm living, the owner, manager, they never even ask me. They're easygoing about the rent. They'll come to you and let you know, hey, you think you could pay us our rent? So I didn't even really have to worry about that so much. But I thought, well, the next day I'll go into town, I'll try a couple more banks. In afterthought, I realized it was Friday. I suspect all the banks, because it is Friday, people get paid, even here, that the ATMs, they might fill the machines. First bank I hit, bam, I hit it for 10,000 pesos. Uh, so I tried again, got it for another 10,000 pesos, which is roughly 400, or a little less, 300 and something dollars US. Went to another bank that I had spotted the day or two before. Tried that one, 10 more thousand, 10 more thousand. The problem with them is they charge fees, just like the banks, the ATMs in America. So we're looking at roughly the same amount, $5, let's say. So I can take out $50,000 on either one of those two outside the bank ATMs. I could take out $50,000 for the day, but they screw you in that you have to you can't take out any more than like 10,000 pesos. So you have to do more than one transaction. So I ended up spending about 20 bucks in extra fees, bank fees. At least I hope that's all. But the anxiety is gone. Now I know that my debit card will work. I still, I need to start, I want to get a US dollar account and maybe even a Philippine account, probably at the same bank. Anyway, that's what's been going on. You can see the typhoon is out of here, but we got not much more rain over those 10, 12 days than we were getting the week before. I mean, I had said that rainy season was on the way, and I think it started a little bit early. But we got basically normal rain throughout the entire typhoon. So thank God there were no deaths. It was a dud, basically. I could live with that. Until my next video, thank you for watching. Oh, by the way, I've had at least one person said, would you remind me what your channel name is? C.E. Sean. So this is probably the first time I've mentioned this, but hey, like with any other video channel you watch, if you would subscribe, that way you can go down at the bottom when you go to the YouTube and you'll see subscribers or subscriptions. Click on that. It gives you up top, it gives you all the channels you're subscribed to. So if you subscribe, you'll be able to find and remind yourself what my channel name is. Thank you for watching. Until next time, we'll see you.